Hello, my name is Solo Developer Tom and welcome to another Unity beginner tutorial. So in this tutorial you're gonna learn how to pick up multiple items and switch between them using the keys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So to do this, let's go back to our player script. So we're gonna go to player, scroll down and open the player control script. Also, please, if you could support the channel on our Patreon, you can get all the Patreon privileges by joining the VIP membership for only $1 a month. Okay, now let's scroll down, and as you can see over here we have already some code. So this is the code that we made last time for picking up the cannon. If you scroll up, we also used game object weapon cannon, but now we're actually gonna change the code. So over here we're gonna delete this and set it to array. By adding these brackets at the end, we're gonna set it to array, and also we're gonna name it all weapons. Now we're gonna press enter and we're gonna add another array. This is gonna be for equipped weapons. So whatever weapons we have equipped, it's gonna be inside of this array. So we're gonna type public game object and add these brackets so it's an array. And now we're gonna name it equipped weapons. Like this. Alright, so this is gonna be it for now. Now let's save it and let's go back to Unity. Alright, so as you can see the script has not been changed. That's because we have some errors, as you can see over here. So we're gonna go back to here and we're gonna delete this part of code. Now save it, go to Unity. And now as you can see we have two arrays. We're gonna open this by clicking over here. As you can see the list is empty, so we're gonna go over here and we're gonna type 3 because we added 3 weapons last time. So we're gonna go now over here and we're gonna go under cannons and we're gonna open the shotguns and we're gonna open the pistols. So we have 1 pistol, 1 shotgun and 1 cannon. Now we're just gonna drag and drop it over here. So we drag and drop cannon, the shotgun prefab and also the pistol. Now we're gonna go back to the code. So we have an empty array equipped weapons. So if the cannon is gonna be picked up, we're gonna resize the array. So we're gonna type array.resize and we have to type ref. This means reference. So we're referencing equipped weapons array, equipped weapons, and now we're gonna resize it to equipped weapons.length. So equipped weapons.length, the length of the array is right now 0. So we're gonna set it to +1. And we're gonna add another brackets over here, like this. Alright, this is gonna be fine. So we're increasing the size of the equipped weapons array by 1. Now we're gonna go over here and we're gonna type equipped weapons. So this is the array. And we're gonna save the cannon that's inside of the all weapons array to the array equipped weapons. So over here we have to type the number of the element. So for this we're just gonna use equipped weapons.length. So over here we increase the size of the array by 1, and now in the new spot we're gonna save the cannon. So we're gonna type over here, we're gonna type equals all weapons and use these brackets. So now we're gonna go back to Unity and we're gonna check where is the cannon. So we link the cannon on element 0. So now we're gonna go back to the code and we're gonna type 0 over here because the cannon is on the element 0. Now we also want to check if the inventory is full. So the maximum amount of weapons you're gonna be able to have is 8. So over here we're gonna type if equipped weapons length is smaller than 8. Now we're gonna add these brackets and paste the code over here. So it's only gonna run this code if the array of equipped weapons is smaller than 8. Over here we have to fix it. We have to type .length. So if we enter the trigger and the tag of the object with the trigger is pick up cannon, then it's gonna equip the cannon. Now we're gonna go over here and we're gonna type else if. And we're just gonna copy paste this condition. And over here we're gonna type shotgun. Add these brackets. So if the object with the trigger, let's go back to Unity, let me show you what the trigger is again. So if we go to cannon pickup, as you can see, we have a box collider over here and each trigger is selected. The box collider is used to prevent objects to pass through each other, but it can also detect collisions. Over here, if you check each trigger, then the player is going to be able to go through the object, but it's still going to detect collisions. Now let's go back to the code, and over here we're just going to copy this and paste it over here. Alright, so over here we're destroying the object with the trigger, so we used other game object and destroy over here. This is gonna delete it from the game, then it's gonna increase the size of the array by 1, and then it's gonna save the weapon inside of the equipped weapons array. And we also have to change the number over here because all the weapons are saved in the array all weapons. So over here it's 0 right now, so we will go back to the script, go under player, scroll down. As you can see, under element 0 it's cannon, but under element 1 it's shotgun prefab. So let's go back to the code and we're gonna set this to 1. Alright, so now we also have to copy paste this like this, and we're going to change the tag to pistol. And also over here, as you already know, we have to set it to 2 because the pistol is under the element 2. Alright, so as you can see over here, we're checking the tag of the object with the trigger. So when an object with the player control script is gonna enter a trigger, it's gonna check the tag of the trigger. So we're gonna go back to Unity. We're gonna go under our folder that we dragged and dropped it in our project last time. So check out the last video if you haven't done this already. We're gonna go inside of the pistol folder and we're gonna go under pistol pickup and drag and drop it over here. Now we're gonna go back to assets and we're gonna go to shotgun and we're gonna drag and drop shotgun pickup over here. Alright, so now we have the pistol pickup and the shotgun pickup. I already prepared this, so we have the animation already over here, and also is trigger is set to true. So if this is empty for you, if you don't have pickup cannon over here, just go to your animation. For example, go back to the cannon pickup that we made previously, go to the animation, click over here that you already drag and dropped it in the previous video, and as you can see the animation is right here. Now click on pistol pickup and drag and drop this to the animation. Go also to the shotgun pickup and drag and drop it over here. Alright, so as you can see, on all the box colliders we have is trigger turned on. So these are our triggers. Now if you go to the cannon pickup, as you can see over here are tags. We already created a tag for the cannon named pickup cannon. Now we're gonna go under the pistol. We're gonna go over here, as you can see it's untagged. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna add a tag and we're gonna add 2 new tags. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna name it pickup shotgun. So this has to be the same name as over here, otherwise it's not gonna work. So we're just gonna go over here now and we're gonna copy for the pistol. We're gonna go to Unity, we're gonna go over here, click plus and create a new tag, name it the same thing, click save, and as you can see a new tag has been added. Now go back to the pistol pickup, go under untagged, click it and select pistol. Now we have to go also to our shotgun, click on untagged and select shotgun. Alright, so this is it. Now we're gonna go back to the code and we're gonna activate the first weapon that we pick up. So we're gonna scroll up and we're gonna create an int value. With the int value we're actually gonna check which weapon has been selected right now. So we're gonna go over here, press enter, and we're gonna type private int. So we used private, so it's not gonna show up in Unity. We used integer and then we're gonna name it selected weapon. And by default we're gonna set it to 0. So this means if no weapons have been yet selected. So if no weapons have been yet selected, then we're gonna set it to the first weapon that we pick up. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna type if selected weapon is equals to 0. So if no weapons have been yet selected, we're also gonna copy this and paste it over here. And also paste it over here. So if no weapons have been yet selected, this means that you haven't picked up any weapons yet. We're gonna select the first weapon that you pick up. We're gonna set the selected weapon to 1. We're gonna select the first weapon that you pick up and we're gonna activate it. So we're gonna type equipped weapons. So in this array are all the weapons that we equipped and we have to access the first weapon. So we're gonna type selected weapon. And because we set the selected weapon to 1 right now, we're gonna go over here and type -1. Because the first object in equipped weapons in the array is not 1, it starts with 0 and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so now we're gonna set it to true. So we're gonna type dot set active, use these brackets and type true. So when we pick up the first weapon, it's gonna be set to true. So by default, we set selected weapon to 0 and it's gonna be 0 only when no weapons have been picked up. So this means that this code is only gonna run when no weapons have been yet picked up. Alright, so now we're also gonna copy paste this over here and over here. Alright, so let's look at our code now. So we have a function over here on trigger enter. So Unity is automatically gonna run this code when the player enters a trigger. Then the script checks if the length of the array is smaller than 0. If it's smaller than 0, then it's running this code inside of these brackets. Alright, so in the next line of code, we check the tag of the trigger. So if the tag of the object is pickup cannon, then it's gonna run this code. Over here it destroys the pickup object, this is the pickup object, and then it resizes the equipped weapons array. Then the cannon that's set in the old weapons array gets saved in the new spot. And over here we actually made a mistake, we should save it into 0, not 1. So the length of the equipped weapons over here is 1, but when we want to save stuff and access it, it actually starts with 0. So over here we have to add -1, and also over here, and also over here. like this. Alright, so the cannon gets saved into the equipped weapons array. In the next line of code, it checks the select weapon, which we set over here. So selected weapon is only gonna be 0 when no weapons have been yet picked up. So this means that this code is only gonna run when no weapons have been yet picked up. So in the next line of code, we're gonna set selected weapon to 1, which means that this is never gonna run again because it's never gonna be 0 again. Then in the next line of code, we activate the picked up weapon, and it happens the same for the shotgun and for the pistol. Now we're gonna save this and go back to Unity. Press play. And now let's pick up the shotgun, and as you can see, it's working. Alright, now let's click on our player and let's see what's actually going on. So go under equipped weapons, we're gonna go over here. As you can see, this has been resized. Now the length of the array is 1, and under 0 element we have shotgun prefab. Now let's see what happens if we pick up the cannon. Pick it up, and as you can see, it gets resized again. Because selected weapon is not 0, the cannon has not been activated, but it has been added to the equipped weapons array. And we're also gonna pick up the pistol, and as you can see, the array size has been changed, so we have also the pistol picked up. Alright, so now we're gonna stop the game. We're gonna go back to our script, and now we're gonna create a script that allows you to switch between the weapons. So we're gonna go over here in our update function, we're gonna scroll down, and we're gonna go over here, we're gonna press enter, and we're gonna check if the key 1 has been pressed down. So we're gonna type if input get key down, and we're gonna tell it which key, so we're gonna type keycode .alpha1. Over here we're also gonna add the code for the rest of the numbers, so we're gonna type else if, and we're just gonna copy paste this over here. So if the number 2 has been pressed down, and we're gonna copy this for all the numbers. Okay, now we're gonna go over here and we're gonna set a conditional statements. So over here we're actually gonna check if the weapon actually exists. So to do this, we're gonna check the length of the array. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna type equipped weapons dot length. So if the length of the array is bigger than 0, then we're gonna run the code inside of here. We're also gonna do the same thing in the other line of code. So we're gonna go over here, gonna copy paste it over here, and we're gonna check if the length of the array is bigger than 1. Alright, so if we press down the key 1, we want to set the selected weapon to 1. So we're gonna type selected weapon equals 1. And again, we're gonna copy paste this to the rest of the line. Alright, so we just changed the value in the selected weapon. Now we also have to actually switch the weapon inside of the game. So to do this, we're actually gonna create a new function. So we're gonna go under here and we're gonna add another function. So we're gonna type private void switch weapons. Okay, add these brackets and add these brackets at the end. Alright, so now we're gonna add a code that's gonna switch our weapon. So for this, we're gonna type for. And in this, we have to actually make a condition. So first of all, we have to create an int value. So we're gonna type int a equals 0. So we're starting the for statement with a 0. We're setting a condition. The condition has to be, the a has to be smaller than the length of the equipped weapons array. So we're gonna type a is smaller than equipped weapons length, and then add this at the end, and then also add a equals a plus 1. Okay, now let's add these brackets. So the fourth statement is basically looping while this condition is true. So when we start, the a is set to 0, and then in the first loop, the a is always 0. Then when the code is over here at the end, it's gonna go over here and increase the a by 1. Then it's gonna check the condition if the a is still smaller than the length of the array of equipped weapons. If this is true, it's gonna run again. Otherwise, it's gonna go out of these brackets and run the rest of the code. So this is gonna be looping all the time while this is true. Then when it's no longer true, it's gonna go outside and run the rest of the code. So we're gonna go back over here and we're gonna add our code that's gonna be looping. So over here, we're gonna check the selected weapon. So if selected weapon is the same as a, then we're gonna run this code. For example, if we select number 2, then when this loops twice, this is gonna be true, and then it's gonna run the code inside of these brackets. So we're going to activate the weapon for the number that we press down. So to do this, we're gonna type equipped weapons, and we have to add these brackets. We're gonna add a, and because the array starts with number 0, not number 1, we're gonna lower it by 1 and type dot set active true. Now add this at the end. Now we also have to hide the previously selected weapon. So we use the for statement because we have to go through the whole array so we can activate the selected weapon and we can hide the weapon that was previously selected. Okay, we actually made a mistake over here. The A starts with 0, so we have to increase it over here by 1 and we have to delete -1 over here. So when we press down the key number 1, then the selected weapon is going to be set to 1 and we're going to run this code switch weapons. That's going to go through the whole equipped weapons array. So by using this code, we're going to hide the previously selected weapon and we're going to activate the currently selected weapon. So over here we're going to type equipped weapons, add these brackets, and over here we're going to type A and we're going to set it to false. So we're going to type dot set active and set it to false. Alright, so this is it for this code. Now we actually have to run this, so we're just going to copy this and we're going to paste it over here. So for each press number we have to run this. Paste this over here. Now copy it. Now let's save the code and go back to Unity. Let's try it out. So because we picked up the cannon first, the cannon has been equipped. Now if we press number 2, the pistol has been activated and the cannon has been hidden. And now if we press 3, as you can see, the shotgun has been activated. So now we can actually shoot with the shotgun. Alright, so this is it. Thank you so much for watching. If this helped you, please leave a like on the video. Please check out the Patreon. You can unlock all the privileges for only $1 a month. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video.